Oh hey, my name's TENDO, and we do a ton of thrifting and reselling on this channel. We sell a lot at vendor malls, antique malls, you know about those. But today we're going to go to the Goodwill bins, and we're going to buy stuff at the Goodwill bins to take to our vendor mall. And that's all that's going to happen. So if that sounds good to you, subscribe, turn the notifications on, because we do post daily videos on this channel, exactly like this one. And we're at the Goodwill bins, or the Goodwill outlet as it's officially called, Evansville, Indiana. Rather small Goodwill outlet as far as outlets go, but a pretty good one, I think. If you don't know about the Goodwill outlets bins, all the leftover stuff and unsorted stuff that fill up Goodwills around southern Indiana, they ship it here and you can dig through it and pay for it by weight. That's the main thing to know. So we're gonna go try to get some steals, not deals. Hashtag steals, not deals. And hopefully put some of that stuff in our vendor mall. So stick around. Hopefully there's a cart. Crazy. Dirty. I found one DVD, Top Gun, and then a bunch of good CDs. There's like Mariah Carey, Elton John. I'd love to buy a lot more CDs. I'd buy a lot more CDs, but so far this is all that showed up. I just found the most me thing I've ever seen. It's a one-string pizza guitar. I've been seeing Great Wolf. What is it, Great Wolf Lodge? I've been seeing these a lot lately, but they're always expensive. So I'm gonna buy this one. A giraffe. Not enough giraffe plush in the world. And then a camera. A Vivitar. It's got film in it. That's crazy. It's got film in it. Pretty good little haul. I actually got out of there pretty cheap compared to how I normally do. Normally it's 80 bucks for me to get a cart full. I got a bag full today for 15. One string guitar, pizza guitar, probably the coolest thing I've bought at the bins in a long time. Otherwise, I bought a bunch of media, a little bit of plush. I keep having this problem. I want to buy all the Squishmallows like I used to. But used to, I had a store and I'd wash all of them and they all show up here dirty. They do come clean easy. Is this my car? Yes, okay. There's another car just like mine over there, so I didn't know if this was my car. I didn't buy them today. I don't want to take them home and wash them and do all that work. And I'm not exactly sure if they're going to continue to be as popular as they were. I'm sure they're not out yet, but I don't want to be stuck with 1,000 of them and no one want them anymore either. I have my coffee. We are outside of Trader Baker's vendor mall. We went to the bins yesterday, so I have a bag full of stuff to price and put in my booth. So that's going to be half of what we got to do at the vendor mall today. The other half I'm very excited about, actually. I made something last night. I made some things. It's a bunch of artwork to put on the front of my baskets to denote what is inside of each basket, toy-wise. Pretty simple. Just hot glue it. It's pretty much fits right on the front of these baskets. A little dab of glue holds it real well. And then I fill those baskets in my vendor mall. I was up pretty late last night actually working on these. I was also already tired just because I've had a long week. But then I did all that work until like 2 or 3 this morning. And so I ended up waking up at like noon today, which was still just a pretty normal 8 hours of sleep by the time I went to bed. But just means a late start today. So actually I got to go in and get this done so I can get everything done today before everything starts closing. Okay, so stick around for that. I just gotta figure out what I'm doing here. As soon as I walked up to my booth, I realized I forgot my pricing label printer. So I'm going to have to come back with the new stuff price, but that's okay, because the real big thing that has to get done today is getting these new signs on. Gotta let that warm up. I've got new Pokemon cards to put in. Trying to get to where most of these 2 rolls are just singles you can dig through, and that worked really well at our toy store. I don't know if it's going to translate to a vendor mall, but we're testing it. Now the harder part of my decision making for the day is picking what color basket these signs go on, right? Because this blue one would look good on a red one, a blue basket. These things are really difficult to decide, especially since, like, at one point down the road, I'll probably have enough baskets I could really pick what color I really want them to be on. But I don't now. I've got 1 red one, 2 light blue ones, 1 dark blue one, 3 yellow ones, 1 orange one, 3 black. And I kind of got to just do what works. And once they're glued on, they're probably not going to come off too easy. So I'm just going to do the best I can, really. Toy Story, Wrestling, Paw Patrol, Pops, Trolls, Blu-ray. That's not going on a basket. It's going on the wall. VHS also going on the wall. Most of these are on the back of diaper and wipe. Cardboard boxes, Batman, Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's Go, and a camera one also. That one is going on a basket in the other booth for film and camera stuff. I just gotta start doing it. I just gotta make decisions here. I had a red basket. It doesn't seem to be here, and I was kind of thinking maybe the Yu-Gi-Oh! On the red one would be nice. Maybe the orange one. That looks good, but this basket is a little grubby. You know what I mean? It's an old one. Let me go see if my red basket's over here. Where is that red basket? I'm gonna go see if it's in the corner. I see one in there, but is it red? No, it's black. There's the red one. Got a red and a black. I don't think I need another black inside. Take this. Thank you. I'm making a mess. My life is a mess. Look, here's more product to be priced. That's crazy. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is going to go on the red one. And then we'll figure out the rest after that. Okay, the hard part about this is doing this without making a giant mess. The way that these are sized is they fit right in a groove. I mean, it's not like I sized them. It's an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and that perfectly sits on the ridges on the face of these baskets, to where if I just put glue on those ridges, sink it in, it melts into the cardboard, it holds pretty well. Except for the first one I printed was the Yu-Gi-Oh! One, so it is like 1/4 or 1/8 of an inch smaller on each side, so it fits a little different than the rest. I didn't want to waste the ink, so I'm just going to make it work. It's not a big deal. Just double check here before I get this wrong. All right, here we go. Alright, that one being cut too small is probably actually a better fit than the rest of them are technically going to be, but it's okay. And I kind of need to put weight on it. I don't know. Okay. Now, the rest of this is just such tough decisions. I really want to put this on a light blue one, but the yellow. I'm going to try dabbing on this one instead of the line. I wish these were laminated, but once they're laminated, they'll be a little harder to attach. See, it's not gonna have an easy time sticking without some pressure on it. I might just have to stand here for a few minutes each one, but I'm gonna continue this process and I'll get back to you when it's done. Okay, so I think I made a My Little Pony one, but failed to print it out. The Yu-Gi-Oh! What did I just say? What did he say? The Yu-Gi-Oh! One's pretty sick. Trolls. I just love the like clip art nature of it, really. Toy Story. Gotta get that on there. Batman is sick, though I gotta dig all the Batman stuff out to put in there. I designed an Imaginext one last night, but didn't print it out either. But it's looking pretty good, I think. I have a Paw Patrol one to make. But I had to go to the car to get a black basket so I could put those posters in there and then put the Paw Patrol on the yellow basket, because, you know, colors matter. But there's not enough room for all that. Here we go. Can you see me? Okay. Paw Patrol going on. Don't burn yourself. Yellow on yellow on yellow. All right. Now, in the next week or so, gotta build a wall, a shelf all the way up for these baskets. That's coming up soon. It's gonna be some work. I'm thinking about going to my brother's house this weekend and getting him to help me build it. We might make a video on his channel a little bit. And then when I get my next booth, these fixtures that I don't love but are useful, like this one, I don't want this here. There's enough room for more tables and stuff here. That'll go to the next booth when I open it up. All right, let's fix this table and then we'll be done. Well, we'll be done for now. I gotta get all this price stuff in here before tomorrow because I'm gonna leave town tomorrow. Want the new stuff being here for the weekend. And oh my God, look, why is someone has dumped Spider-Man in my watch? That ain't where he goes, dude. Honestly, I think I thought that sold. Okay, what did I just say I was gonna do? Fix the table. This ought to be pretty simple, really. I say that as it falls off. The Yu-Gi-Oh basket, as well as the Batman basket, are already pretty lit, I think. Pretty happy with those. Pretty happy with that. It's only got some film in there now, but I've got some cameras to throw in. Honestly, now that I'm looking at it, there might be a chance that for the short term, I put this table over there and then put the baskets all the way around it. That would be a neat way to dig through it. I could even build another level to where this thing is the basket thing. But I really like it for this electronics, and I would have to do something else for the electronics, so I don't know about that yet, but I do like the way that sits there. I really don't want to do this right now, but since it's about to be the weekend, I'm going to try to fish a sewing machine out of my storage unit. It's raining on me. This is not fun. It's not raining right now, but there's rain on this roof. Snow melting, I think. It's dropping on my head. I've sold 2 or 3 sewing machines this far in my antique mall, so I hate the thought of a weekend passing without one being in there to potentially sell. And I know exactly where the sewing machines are because I hastily had to move them a while back. I threw all the cabling somewhere else, so I don't know where the foot pedal and power supply unit is. So if I can find those, I might have 2 sewing machines ready to go. I definitely have 2 I can sell, but one of them is also missing a piece. It's just a piece of metal. I gotta take up a piece of metal that fell off of it in transit. So I may not put that one up for sale if I don't find that piece. But if we could get one in the vendor mall, that would be good. Now, I just don't know where to start because there's plenty of places like this that in the haste of moving, things just got thrown into places. So I don't know. I'm just going to try our dangest. Yeah. Also, I've got some spare drum parts. I should probably get to taking those over there. See, here's the 2 machines. This one's just missing its plate. It's here somewhere. But I can get that one going if I can just find these cables. Honestly, they're probably in the storage unit next door. In a bag or something. These are all audio cables. Bags of cables around here, you know. All hard drives. All lighting equipment. Camcorders. Yeah. Honestly, camera batteries. Honestly, there's supposed to be a bag with sewing materials in it, not unlike that one. And those cables should be in there. That's where they should be, but that don't mean a ton. Yeah. Well, see, there's the pedal to my personal sewing machine, my good one. Okay, so does that mean the other ones are buried in here? That's what I'm hoping. They really should be right here. It's really frustrating they're not. This is exactly where they should be. Acquired. Very, very nice. So we will get that in the vendor mall. Now I just got to close this up and get my other junk out of here. Just camera stuff everywhere, you know. Quick little story time before we get out of here. So I can ask you guys a favor. See this camera right here? This is a Sony ZV, I forget the exact model number, VX2000. It's like a model after the popular camera that effectively is the one that shot every skate video we watched growing up as kids. The most fun I ever had filming anything in my life was this bad boy right here, okay? I had a blast filming things with this, and I was gonna just choose it to shoot the rest of my life. The footage from it's very outdated. But I'm just very passionate about old cameras and stuff. This got stolen from my workshop, among a lot of other things, but this was the most important thing that got stolen. You guys remember a while back, a homeless guy broke into my shop multiple times and stole a bunch of stuff. This was recovered by the police, and I got it back, but when I got it back, the sensor was burnt out, okay? And it'll power on, and it looks like it's gonna work, but the sensor is flooded with water. It doesn't work, because the homeless guy left it in a cart in the rain. His name is Bandana Jesus. He is very schizophrenic and stuff and literally thinks he's Jesus. But I want another one so bad that works, or that mostly works. So if you guys see these in the thrift or pawn shops or anything like that around, let me know. It's the one thing. It doesn't even have to be this one. Honestly, any Sony camcorder that looks about like that, no matter the color, that takes these Sony L batteries, I'm dying to find a deal on another one so I can get back to shooting how I was shooting with one of these. I'm desperate. So there you go. Story time / ask of the day. Now let's get this stuff back to the vendor mall. I got about an hour to get home, get my pricing machine, and get back and get it done. It'll be enough time. Actually, I keep thinking about things. Just sort of one thing at a time. I'm going to take this snare drum as well. I recovered this from a dump. Okay, I've just had a thought for my vendor mall, and I'm gonna put it on camera just so it's like immortalized, so I don't forget, because I've been really forgetful lately. Just so much going on, you know, getting old, etc., etc. I've been just in my head designing the shelf, the organizer with which to put these baskets in. Going over and over in my head, and honestly I've gotten good enough at building things in this way that I can do a lot of it in my head, and that's helpful, but I haven't gotten it right yet. That's really why I haven't built it, because there's a lot of variables. The biggest one right now being I have the ability to pull a trailer, but I don't own a trailer. I can borrow a trailer. Do I build the whole thing full size, etc., etc.? And even then, full size, do I make it as big as I can for future growth, or make it as big as I need it right now? These are all questions that are rolling around in my head. And I just got it. I just figured it out. I just figured out exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it very modular. I'm going to make it columns. I'm going to build a 5 or 6 column high basket storage, and then I'm going to build 3 or 4 of them right now, and maybe use 2 or maybe use all of them, but have the same design where I can, over time, as I get more booths, build bigger booths, and find more of these baskets that I've been messing with today, I can just slot them in. And then that way also, if I just build 2 or 3 this week, I can fit them in the back of this car, and or strap them to the roof. They're not going to be too wide or anything like that. So I think I'm going to build individual modular columns that just bolt into the wall, and I can add and reduce as I go along. Not that particularly genius, honestly. That was probably always the best solution. It just takes me a little while to get there. And mind you, it's kind of coincidentally, we're outside of where the toy store was right now, sitting at the light, waiting for it to turn green. And I had a plan like this for a long time, even for that store. And I still never really figured out how to do it. And it's just funny, all this time later, I'm going to pull it off. I really think I'm going to do it this weekend. I really do. I'm also shooting something out this weekend, fingers crossed, with my brother, and that's why I said that spiel about that camera. I wish I had that camera to film it on. It's so depressing getting stolen from like that. I was also supposed to, I was told I was going to get a call very soon about potentially prosecuting that guy. And they asked me to. The cops were like, we kind of wish you could, because you're the most egregious theft he's done in a while, and he needs to go get locked up and get his help and be forced to. And I sort of reluctantly agreed. Didn't really want to mess with it. I never got the call, so it didn't end up mattering. But there you go. I feel really silly. But my brain is just, since I've started the work, my brain is trying to fill in the rest of what to do for my vendor mall. And it's important to note that I'm trying to build something that not only is expandable, collapsible inside of a singular booth, but I want to open more booths, and I want the parts to be all interchangeable. That being said, all of my booths are going to need a lockbox, and I've been planning on buying cheap materials to build my own. No glass, no lights, just simplicity. And it just occurred to me that I can build a lockbox with the design I have in my mind to be the exact size and form factor as these shelves, so that the first one can always be my lockbox and the rest of them can be these shelves. And then it's part of the same modular system. I can do 2 of these lockboxes or a double wide sized one and keep the same modularity going on. So that's the plan. If that sounds interesting to you, subscribe, because we're going to be building it really soon. All I got to do is buy the cheap wood, So when I'm back home to grab my pricing gun, I'm going to grab it, check my mail, because the mail guy's actually right freaking there. And we're going to head back over there, so stick around. I went ahead while I was at home getting my pricing machine and knocked out Yu-Gi-Oh card, Pokemon card, Pony, Imaginext, just because, they don't really take that long. Though, I guess I was rushing a little bit because I did sort of bungle the bottom of the Yu-Gi-Oh card. Not that big a deal. That doesn't actually bother me as much as the fact that I ran out of cardboard. So see how there's a crease from the fold in the cardboard? It's going to put a permanent crease in the rest of it, but it's alright. I would prefer that to be there and get it done now than not do it for the next couple months until I'm getting more new materials or whatever. So knocking out what can be knocked out now, no matter the cost. My toy booth got swarmed as soon as I got here to work on it, so I'm gonna work out of this one. Just watched the guy dig through all my cards in the lockbox. I don't know if he bought any or not. He did buy one of my empty Pokemon binders though, so that's nice. Pricing a couple plush here. I'm so mad about that crease. It's just gonna be there forever. Whatever. That way when you come down the aisle here, you can tell I got Pokemon. Nice and visible from far away. Okay, we're almost done, except I gotta price all this new crap. But now, everything is distinguishable. Coming together. Okay, so price all this in one go. DVDs. Can you believe this exists? Gary Oldman plays a little person. Got a camera for the camera basket. It's exactly what we need. I'm keeping this though. Go to the car, get more labels, and then we'll be done. Okay, we're wrapping it up. Paw Patrol only has 3 cars in it, but we'll get it better. I don't have a Minecraft basket, though I did make a Minecraft sign. Be one of the next baskets I make, but this is all looking good. Pretty sturdy. Makes it very clear what we have and don't have. Those are a good addition. I'm going to go all the way around. Magic card, one piece. Kind of make it a wallpaper type situation. Something similar here. Pictures of retro stuff, maybe. Got a new stack of CDs in here. Sewing machine, a drum. I got more drums to come. Little electronics like this that ultimately need a basket. I forgot to price 3 new Blu-ray. Okay, so I gotta price some can't talk. I gotta price some Blu-ray and then I'll be done. Almost done.
Oh, I thought we were talking to me.
I had a full day's worth of work just because of all the running around, but started on tapes. Need to buy more to at least fill that up. And I have a second one of those holders, a black one. I'll take to my other booth when I find enough tapes. Hopefully we have some good sales this weekend. It's going to be hard to catch back up with what we did last month. I also just realized I plan on putting at the top of that booth these Minecraft torches. And so I'm probably going to end up doing 2 cards, torch, 2 cards, torch, 2 cards, torch, all the way around like that. I think it's kind of where I'm at with it. But I've got dozens of these, so it'll be easy to do. I mean, I've got enough I could do this one too, but I'll probably just do other booths when I open them with them. So I need to find more, because one of these days it probably won't be enough. I can't forget to put this stuff back up and take my nail gun with me, but that's it for the Vineyard Malls today. We'll be back after the weekend.